I'm not really sure this is the first time I'm doing it. I see it still trying to produce.
Same live producer. I think it's running
Now,
now.
is there any way we can make it
Make it what?
bigger?
That's as big as you can make it on this screen.
How about we leave it like that?
Yeah, we'll leave it alone.
Hello, 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 hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I actually got hibiscus. I'm sorry.
You're good. No, you're good. This is Sipping Tea with Sally K, a whole new series, a new series that I am super geeked about. One, because of the topic. First of all, I always do that. I'll start a thought and then I'll stop. Okay.
Occasionally.
I wish I could edit, but we don't edit. We're just straight live for real. For real. So anyway, I'm excited. I'm excited about this series of Sipping Tea with Sally K because this series is about couples and relationships, but even more why I am excited. Woo! Y'all, where your glasses at? We gonna sip tea. Woo! I'm excited because for the next 6 weeks, I'll have a co-host.
Now, the 6 weeks, we'll discuss that because there's a special number about the topic of today's show.
What do you mean?
6 weeks, 5.
Oh,
Oh,
well, okay. Well, today is the first week.
oh,
It's the introduction.
now it makes sense.
Oh, Lord, we definitely need to do this class. Oh, turn up your volume, please. Hi, Chris. Thank you for that. How do I turn up the volume? Oh, oh boy.
Audio.
Uh-oh. Nope, that turned it down. Do the other one.
Just this one.
Okay. This is good to know. This is the first time we've done it this way. Um,
X out of this.
okay. How about we just speak a little louder because we don't know what we're doing and we don't want to spend a lot of time trying to engineer. So, how about now? Is it a little bit better if we talk a little louder? Chris, is it a little bit better? Babe, why don't you say
Yeah,
something?
Chris, can you hear me?
Hopefully so. Hopefully so. So, okay, we'll just kind of wait for some thumbs up. So yes, clearly we need to go over this book. But before we get too deep,
He
some,
said barely.
still barely. Oh my gosh.
So we got to figure this out. It's pointless to keep talking.
Okay.
We don't have volume.
Okay. Can you all give us a moment, please? Hmm. She says, "I hear you both very well." So thank you. We
Okay.
need others' feedback. Um, Chris, I don't know what it is, and we don't know either, and so we would prefer to just keep going, and hopefully, um, okay, all right. So we're good. We're good. We gonna keep
Okay,
it
yeah,
going.
we're good.
See, my husband is all about fixing. You cannot tell him something is broken. You see, he went. Chirp, chirp.
Okay, well now we got. So he was the only person that said something. So
Right, we're good. Chris, try to turn your volume up. Hey, let's do a temperature check. How is everyone doing? How you doing? Temperature check is, how are you doing? How you doing? Yep. The good thing about this is you can type in and we're reading exactly what you say. And that's why we're excited about today, this intro, because it'll be super interactive. We get to read what you're saying, we get to answer questions, and it's in preparation for this series. So, how are you all doing? How are you doing, Mr. Carter?
I'm doing well. How are you, man?
I'm doing very well. I'm so excited. Okay, y'all know I just teed up for my birthday. if they don't know, they missed the party of the year. Y'all missed the party of the year, but it's still on my page, and I think it will be on Sally K. Carter Network. Go and subscribe, Sally K. Carter Network. I'm building a network, and I need you in order to do it and to be successful. And I'll tell little secrets to those that subscribe that the rest of the world won't know. So you will get to sip a little bit of tea before everybody else. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm loving this already. Okay, what's in your cups? What is in your cups? I am sipping in honor of Mr. Carter. I am sipping mango tea. Ah,
Yeah. Mango is my favorite fruit.
mango is your favorite.
And I am sipping. I didn't have an honorary tea over there for you, sweetheart. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay. It's all honorary.
This is just basic hibiscus tea.
Sweet. All right. So thank you for agreeing. Normally he is like, I do not want to do this. I don't want to do this. But this time it was like, I think you were ready.
I wouldn't say ready. I don't like cameras. I don't like spotlights. I don't like none of that.
But you look real good.
Well, thank you.
And you do a good job.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You do. So, babe, we studied this before a long time ago, and then we attempted again at the beginning of the year, and nothing happened. It was my fault because I had promised I would make copies and all this kind of stuff, and I was going to take charge. Well, I'm not doing it this time.
Okay.
Honolulu, he is in charge. You get co-host. You are in charge.
5 love languages.
5 love languages. Yay! Go get this book. We read it before. Any of you ever read this book or ever gone through the program? You remember?
Yeah,
You
I remember.
going through
Yeah,
it?
definitely.
It was helpful when we did.
Mm-hmm.
It really, really was. Is it? Yeah, it's still going. It was. And the cool thing is there is a handbook, a workbook.
Mm-hmm.
And so you don't have to feel like you are in charge or you're coming up with all the questions.
Or you got to come up with some sort of curriculum and all of that. So it's pretty much mapped out for you. All you got to do is complete the readings, complete the exercises or homework, if you will, and talk to your spouse about it.
Why do you think, babe? I mean, we've been married for a long time. 20.
Get it right.
Why you thought I was gonna get it wrong?
Get it right.
I'm always getting it wrong, don't I?
Yeah.
Just like I thought the song that I told you I loved you on was
Anita Baker.
It was Anita Baker. It really was. This is the insider from the other night. So Anita Baker's song came on, and I was like, "Ooh, this is a song I told him I loved him on," and I just knew that's what it was, and he did too because he stopped what he was doing and came and gave me a kiss based on the song. It was so sweet. And then they got into that song. I said, wait a minute, I don't think this is it. I think I got it wrong. And really, I got it wrong. The actual song was Sweet Love, still by Anita Baker.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, I do get it wrong. But 22 years married. And this coming year will be 23 years married.
You sure about that?
I am positive.
All right, let's do the math.
I am. There
Live,
are people.
real time.
There are people who are watching who were actually at the wedding.
Okay, so audience members, October 9th, 1999, October 9th, 2020.
Babe.
I'm just saying.
Look, this year will be 23 years, and we still need a refresher.
Yeah, and I think a lot of couples need refreshers because if you've been with somebody for 20 plus years and you expect your spouse to stay the exact same year in and year out while you're changing too, you know, growing and developing and, you know, things like that, you got to hit the pause button You got to dial it back and kind of take it into perspective. Like, okay, what's been happening in our lives?
Mm-hmm.
What have we been going through? And then actually communicate to your spouse, some of those changes that pretty much came on you just by the pressures of life, your environment, your job, career, whatever the case may be. So you always have to dial it back, refresh, because one of your love languages might change or develop, or that priority list that you thought you needed affirmation first.
Yep.
And now you might need acts of service because you know what, I want to feel appreciated. So,
Yep.
Instead of little things a person might do that make you feel appreciated. Now you're kind of thinking like, well, I need something a little bit more in depth. I need a little something with a little bit more thought process behind it, so I can feel what I need, from my spouse initially, because you're not going to get it from the world.
Exactly,
right?
and you're not supposed to.
No. I mean, but that's the point.
Well, no,
Yeah,
that is the point.
You're not going to get it there.
Right.
You need to get it at home. So
Yep.
you and your spouse need to get on the same page and reprioritize what your love languages are in terms of what you require most.
And I think we need to stop thinking that the other should already know. That's a huge problem. I want to stop for a second and say thank you all for joining us. Laura, thank you for joining us, a good friend of ours.
Mm-hmm.
And she's saying that she has to leave. You can get this book on Amazon. We are not sponsors. We are not being paid to do this.
Yeah.
But we believe in it. We've done this before, and it's time for a refresher course. We got this right from on Amazon. I think it would be great now that it's the beginning of the year. At the end of the 5 weeks will be the week before Valentine's Day. So imagine actually having a Valentine's Day celebration or weekend, and with a new lens. Instead of just getting a box of candy or some flowers, when you don't even like either one. You would prefer something different, and he wouldn't mind doing something different, but he has no idea how to please you, so he's settled. And vice versa, it's the same for women. So, 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. You can get them from Amazon. I'm sure your local bookstore. You can get them used. You can get them from the library. This is an oldie, but very, 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 very goodie. Can I say very goodie?
You can say oldie but a goldie, oldie but goodie, same.
You can say oldie but goodie, but I said older but a very, very, very. You can't say older but a very, very, very goodie.
Well, you just did, so apparently you can.
Lord have mercy. Okay, so oldie but a very, very, very goodie. Yes, it is so worth it. It's true, babe. What are the 5 love languages?
Well, you got acts of service, words of affirmation.
I was going to say, you don't have to guess, babe. It's
No,
right
I'm
here on the
reading.
back. Oh, because you didn't read it in order.
Okay.
That doesn't matter to you.
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay. I got issues. No, we both
Okay.
have issues. They're just different.
Well, let's read them in the order listed by the author, Gary Chapman. Words of affirmation,
Yeah.
acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. Those are the 5 languages.
There's a quiz that I think we take first. Babe, is this my book or yours? Because we already took it, but we didn't share the answers. If it's sloppy, it's
That's
mine.
yours.
How you know? Is it sloppy? Well, you know what? You know why I would say this is mine? Yep.
I use the pen.
Yep. Ding, 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 ding.
Yep, see, that's my writing.
Yep. So what's so funny about me is I don't like to write with pens. I like to use pencils. Maybe I'm indecisive. Maybe that's a sign that I'm indecisive. I'm always thinking about something. Like everything has to mean something, right?
Sometimes.
For me, it does.
Everything has to mean something.
Yeah.
And on some levels, everything does mean something.
I think so too. I think there's a reason why I don't like to use ink pens. I think, oh wow, we're doing an
intervention. This is an intervention, like, because if she puts it down in pen, that means it is forever.
I think that's
and
what
it can't be changed. You can't erase pen, even though they make erasable pens.
I know, but you can still see it with a pen. You can still see traces of it. And with the pen, like the pressure that you write is, I don't know. It's just something about Using a pencil where I know I can erase, I'm not forever stuck. Whew. The thought, the idea of permanent.
Hmm.
Ooh, ooh. But no, that was really cool. That's how we knew each other's book because mine was in pencil.
Yeah, and mine was written in pen.
Yep. You can't really move it. Like, oh, I don't know if they really can. Yeah,
Let
but
me
it
see
is.
here.
It was pen. And but anyway, yeah. So there will be a pre test before you really get into the chapter. So if you're really going to join us on this journey,
Hmm. What?
I don't know. I looked at you and I just got thrown off. You do that to me.
What I do?
We got to keep this. Okay. So if you are going to go on this journey with us, get the book ASAP because you'll want to take the quiz in the back so that when we actually start next Sunday with the discussion, you will be on board with us. Cool
Hmm.
beans, cool beans. Any questions? Any questions? Let me see here. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Are you all good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good, good,
Yeah.
good. Babe, so we haven't taken the test again, but from before, do you have an idea of, should I even ask? Should, well, yeah, okay, it's for fun. What I
Yeah.
was going to say, do you have any idea of what my order of love language is?
Well, just based on uh, my observations, uh, I would put quality time at number one or number two.
Mm-hmm.
Words of service. I'm sorry. Words of affirmation, physical touch, acts of service, and then receiving gifts last.
Okay, I would say, I think you are correct. Let me see. What's crazy is it didn't used to be like this.
I know
And that confused you, didn't it?
it didn't confuse me, but trying to figure out which love language is like the top priority now,
Mm-hmm.
because there are two that are really close for me. So the quality time and the words of affirmation are really really close
Okay.
now for you in the place that you are right now.
Oh, hallelujah. I had to take a deep breath on that. That's why it's so important. This is good. This will be a great journey. I'm going to say I would have to agree with you. I was not like this before, and it even confused me.
Hmm.
I didn't understand why all of a sudden this quality time was so important. Miss, I could work all
20
night
hours a day.
and love it.
Yeah. And talking about some, babe, what you want to do now? Go to bed. What are you talking about? Do now? You've been working all day.
Gosh, those were the days. Not anymore. Not anymore. And so I can see how it was kind of like, whoa, because now I'm like, where you at? Where you at? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? He's like, dang.
Like, hold on, player.
I'm going to the kitchen. I'm like, okay, how long you gonna be gone? When you coming back? When you coming back?
I'm on the toilet, babe.
I'm like, okay, how much longer? How much longer? It's crazy. It's crazy, but it's true. Um, quality time, and then what is really insane? Words of affirmation, because I never, no, I did not need that before. I didn't require that before. No one, I didn't have to be told I was doing a great job or I was mighty or fierce.
Hmm.
But there have been moments where I'm like, okay, I really need to hear that I'm doing a good job,
Hmm.
please, please, please tell me, please. Um, and maybe that's because when you are younger, you are so courageous and brave, and you don't need anyone to pour into you. You we come packaged. No.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, there's some truth to that, but I think it's because of your position and being like at the apex of the organizational chart because you're a business owner. So you spend so much time, um, grooming, training, developing, encouraging other people. Like
Mm-hmm.
you don't even stop to think like, do I need encouragement to do what I'm doing? I mean, because
Exactly.
because you're so driven.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened when COVID hit and
Exactly.
stuff slowed down, and you didn't have to be in that space pushing people and training folks, and then what were you left with? Like, man, I need something now. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So you need it to be poured into.
That's true. That's true. That's true because you pour out so much, and then you don't even realize that the vessel is empty. Sean says you were in some way still are a workaholic.
Yeah,
Well, you know,
yeah. I mean, it's just part of who you are. You
hi
know.
Ray. You know what it is because
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it as work. Even when I started this, I was like, "Oh, it's fun. It's really nothing." And you said, "Babe, well, it's gonna be work." And I was like, "No, it's not. It's not work because I don't view this as work." He goes, "Okay, you have a set schedule. You have a certain way you want things. You actually think about what you want to talk about. You actually recruit people." And I was like, "Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, it's fun." He's like, "No, it's work."
Well, I mean, I don't mean work in the sense of like it is like regimented, you know, rigid, punch a clock, we're doing business. I mean, but the way you operate, everything you do is conducted in a professional manner. Like we couldn't be sitting here, doing a Facebook Live video just haphazardly with a phone, like holding it, looking at each other. Like there's no way you would accept that because that's not the standard that you keep with everything you do. So I knew when you said you wanted to do a show that it was going to be a production. I knew what was up. So
So I think I've learned for real to stop
mm-hmm,
fooling myself because everyone else around me already knew. Hey,
mm-hmm.
Brian. Hey, are you going to join us, you and Shay, and read Gary Chapman's Five Love Languages? We are starting it this week. I don't know why we're doing that. It just seemed cool.
Because we goofy.
Okay, listen. If you want to join us this week. We will convene every Sunday
At 7?
at 7 p.m. I say Central Time because when we were cool, Brian, when we were in Arizona filming, it did all kind of crazy stuff. So anyway, 7 p.m. We try to keep it well.
Hour?
Well, it shouldn't be an hour.
45 minutes?
I thought 30. We don't want to bore people. If y'all feel like 30 minutes is too short, then we can say 45 because we enjoy this. Because it's not work.
It's not work.
It's not work. Here's what's cool though. Okay, wait. Before I get there, see here I was jumping. Babe, how should people prepare for our weekly gatherings?
I mean, outside of the I'm sorry, this tea burping up. Excuse me.
That's okay.
I mean, I mean, just as far as like the readings, whatever the assignments are, read the section of the book,
Mm-hmm.
go to the workbook
in advance,
the corresponding lesson that goes with the reading. And this is a short book. Like you could literally read this book in a day if you wanted to.
Yeah, you could.
But each chapter, it corresponds to a lesson or whatever. So read your chapter, do your lesson, talk to your spouse, and then just come to the show, prepared to discuss what you learned as a couple.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I'm going to preemptively say, don't allow anything that you discover, like in one of the sections, or if you go through and you try to prioritize your love languages, and and you look at your husband like, you didn't know that was what I needed,
right?
That's what that's the purpose
right.
of doing this.
It's about being enlightened,
right? And you can keep this book, you keep the workbook, you can come back 5 years later, and I guarantee you, they won't be the same. So,
So true.
so keep an open mind. Don't look at it as a conflict and, we're not on the same page. This is like routine maintenance, uh, like you would do for your car or a piece of machinery in your house. You got HVAC, and every now and again, you got to change the filter. That's marriages. Every now and again, you got to change the filter. You got to just take the dirty filter out because over years of being used, stuff goes in one way, it catches stuff. That's good. We need to take that stuff that we need to pull out, right? Put in a new filter and keep moving forward and continue to learn about each other, continue to grow and develop together.
But
That's
that
a
was that
marriage.
was that was real good. When you said that, when you use the analogy of a filter, because I could see that, right?
Mhm.
You go through a phase in life, you go through situations in life, and you literally go through it, and you've resolved, and you're here. You are trying to heal, and it's like, why is it that every now and then a thought comes up, or something just this content comes out? It's like it's time to dump the filter
Mhm.
because as newness is coming through, it's attaching itself to still some of the old.
Mhm.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah,
Deep.
I mean, yeah, maintenance and cleanup. Like,
Maintenance and cleanup. That's what this is. Maintenance and cleanup. And we all need it.
mhm.
Maintenance and cleanup. That's good. So to prepare every week, like Mr. Carter said,
Mr.
baby.
Carter.
Read. I have another name for you too.
What?
Well, okay, I'll tell you in a minute. So every week, read. No, it's cute.
Okay.
Read. So you read like Mr. Carter said, baby said. Read the chapter that is in preparation for that week. Go through. Someone needs to. Well, I guess we can. Everyone doesn't have to have a workbook unless you want to do it at home because you can do a. This would be a cool book club. You can do it with a couple other couples. You can do it virtually. Someone should just get a the leader's book, the workbook to be the guide.
Mhm.
And if you're not in a group outside of this group, then that's cool because we have the guide. So we'll share it. The main thing is get your own personal book, right?
Mhm.
Hey, Kara. Hey, we love you. Now you all already heard me talk about how I like using a pencil and he likes using a pen. Different, opposites attract, right? I like the retractable kind too, though. So whatever tool you want, pen, pencil, that's fine. I also make sure I have a highlighter because as you go through the book, I don't know, I'm old school. I like to write through the book, highlight it because when I go back, I like to do like this, and you can see. Stop there where you highlight it. I'm sure you can download.
Yeah. Yeah. It was something in here. I was looking at it earlier. There's an online version
Mm-hmm.
that you could get. So if you don't want to actually have to worry about dealing with a paperback book,
Yep.
there's a digital version of
There
the book and
is.
the workbook that you could also utilize. So you could basically complete all your stuff online.
Well, and so okay. Well, I already said you can get the book on Amazon. You can also get it. Well,
Audible.
Audible. How come this won't let me come out of here? Are they trying to force me to do something? Y'all know I don't like to be forced to do anything, so I'm gonna just leave that alone for right now. Anyway, you can go to Audible and search for the book. Yeah, I was trying to get out so I can go in, but look, it said hashtag no resolution month, and it won't let me get out. So I don't like feeling stuck. So goodbye
Yeah. Put it
to
in.
Audible for right now, until I can completely X them out. But go to Audible and you can search it and you can get it there and download it. Audible allows you to highlight and make bookmarks and stuff like that also. So um, and then you can download it also. I'm sure on any
Mm-hmm.
platform. So the book is really, really, really easy to get. And then a journal. A journal. Do you use a journal bag?
I don't keep a journal. Sorry.
Will you have a journal while you read the book?
I will have a notebook that I will take notes on for these lessons.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
Babe. Okay, the point is you have to have something to write your notes in.
And I will use I will use a notepad. I'm not buying no journal.
Babe, what's wrong with a journal?
I just don't use journals. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I like notepads.
Okay. Notepads, journal, electronic version because you can put notes in your. Y'all see this? I'm gonna show them this in a second. You can put notes in your electronic journal or electronic notepad, whatever you want to call it. Hey, but it's important to have something to put your ideas down in. I've got a million journals. It's crazy, but I love them. It's an addiction.
Mm-hmm. You see, I'm a hip hop head, so like we don't keep journals. You know, the backpacker crew, we got notebooks, so that's how I rock with ideas. When I put rhymes on paper.
B, what you know about that?
It's a notebook.
A notebook.
Ain't no rap journals, babe. I'm sorry.
Oh, no rap journals?
No.
But they're rap notebooks.
Yes, I know they're sort of the same thing, but it's just a little cultural difference. Like in the hip hop culture, it's notebooks. Like never mind. We're talking about the 5 love languages.
Okay, Tiana, you said change the filter. What filter? Oh, never mind. See,
Change. You're talking about the reference earlier.
You just now saying that. Now you. Okay. Or am I just now seeing it?
I think you're just now seeing it.
Maybe.
Well, it says 1 minute here, but there's no telling when she.
That
said
is
it,
true.
So.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That was good though, right? Change the filter, and that's what we are doing. I'm excited about this. Yeah. She is so proud of me. Who is? See her face. I am proud of him. Okay. Tiana's talking about how proud I am of you. I am. He is so amazing. We're not even finna start.
Stop.
He starts blushing. But it's just crazy because so I'm gonna do testimony Tuesday on Tuesday. Because everybody has something to say about 2020 and as do we. Mm-hmm. But my God, it's just been amazing. And to be here together. So before we started the show, we were doing our vision board, and that's actually what we're doing here. You
can't see the mess we sitting in front of right now.
Right. Yeah.
Magazines, scissors, clippings,
all kind of stuff,
boxes,
and we believe in putting our visions down. It's the word, and so we believe in the word every year, and every year in putting out what we want to receive. And we can't control necessarily the order, but it's important to put it out. And so we do this as a family every year, but this is the first time that we're doing it individually, electronically. Mm-hmm. And it's really, the app that we're using is really cool too. We can share that information, but we're doing it electronically for ourselves individually. And this particular app, it tracks, so it helps us throughout the year. But we are still doing it our traditional way of actually cutting out magazines and things like that. But what's cool this year for me, is that we're here together. I'm doing my side, he's doing his side, and then together we're going to do the center, and it'll reflect what we want together. Why are you smiling, babe?
I like how you said, for us.
What do you mean?
No, you said you're excited about the part that we're doing it because everybody does their own separate vision board and we share.
Yes.
But we're doing our own separate vision boards, but we're also doing one together, which I think was an amazing idea and very important because if you have your own visions, and those are very important. I have my own visions, those are very important. But what do our visions look like, as we work together?
Yes.
To see each other through on that road to accomplishing the goals, based on whatever visions we set for ourselves. And it's important to critically analyze those things because if I got my visions over here, she's got hers over there, how easy is it to be laser focused on what we want individually and not pay attention to the collective consequences if we're not paying attention to what we need along the way for both of us. So I got to take a break sometimes. All right, my baby, she needs me now. because she's going through a tight spot, going through her vision. So I'll put my vision, stuff on hold so I can support you. And you would do the same for me. Like if you see me struggling and your vision is going and you can hit the pause button on your side, and okay, baby,
That's where it's at now.
I'm good right now. I can kind of help you out with whatever you need.
Yeah.
So we can bounce back and forth. But having this unified vision board, we're not going to be isolated to the point where like we're oblivious to what our spouse is doing,
right?
Or not paying attention to areas or moments throughout the journey where your spouse might need a little encouragement or a little help or whatever the case may be. So I'll shut up.
You don't have to. Listen, I'm like, I love hearing him talk. And that's why he is the co-host of Sippin Tea with Sally K. Yay! And we are both excited about this new series, Five Love Languages. Why do I keep? Yeah, whatever. The Five Love Languages by Gary Chapman. We're excited on this new journey. So rock with us, roll with us, journey with us as we explore our personal 5 love languages and the order of importance at this time in this season of our lives. Staying open, understanding that it may change. But hey, let's get ready to rock and roll. All right. We will see you all next Sunday, same time, same place. Go and subscribe to my YouTube network. That's right, Sally K. Carter Network. Oh no, come on. That's all.
I told you it was a business. Just saying. I'm just saying.
Please subscribe to Sally K. Carter Network. My business.
It's a business.
I want to tell y'all some secrets. Yeah, we've got special guests joining us every single week. Special guests meaning other couples who have gone down this road many moons before us. Some that are up and coming.
Some younger
couples. Some we have already reached out to. Some we have not. So be on the lookout. So when you see my number, don't try to block. Don't.
Yeah, and let me say this as a precursor too. Don't judge your relationship based on somebody else.
Ooh.
Don't do that.
Speak, Lord, before
Don't
we
do
end.
that. Don't look at another couple and be like, I wish my wife did that for me. Bad move.
Bad move.
Don't do that. Don't look at that guy and be like, I wish my husband did that for me.
Come through.
Why don't y'all talk about that? Like, don't envy the couple. Talk about your desire to have whatever it was that you saw. Don't reference the couple. So like I'm old school with my wife. I like to open doors for her, and I'm pretty sure other women see me open the door for my wife, and look at their husband like, why don't you open the door for me? You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's so good, babe.
Don't do that. Tell your husband, I would like you to open the door for me. This is something that I need in my life right now, and make him open the door for you.
Well, you can't make them, baby. Then that wouldn't be. But
I don't mean.
We know what you mean.
I don't mean force them, but
right.
If my wife said, let's say I didn't open doors, my wife said, baby, I would like you to open doors for me. Why wouldn't I do it?
But it matters the way that I ask or say it. See, that's a whole nother discussion. That's why y'all have to join us every week. Next week, starting Sunday. See, he's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. Every week, it started this week. Continuing next Sunday, have your cups, have your tea, nice and hot. And we're going to, I need a tea kettle here because I'm ready for a refill.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is good. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
All right.
Talking about tea kettles. Before y'all go,
you know what?
was flipping through the magazines and I saw a little tea kettle. Oh, that's a nice tea kettle.
Where is it at?
$32,000 for a tea kettle.
Yeah, it was.
Are you kidding me?
Well, oh no, we can't. No, we can't do that.
No,
we can't do it. Yeah, it was ridiculous. But hey, you never know. Hey, don't knock. Listen, whatever.
Well, you never bought a $32,000 tea kettle.
You don't know.
A tea kettle.
What if we could? What if we want? Good night. You don't know.
Man,